Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, how growing some extra produce in your garden can make a major impact on fighting hunger right here in the Quad Cities.
Plus, are your trees showing signs of stress? We're talking with Advantage, an Arbor Masters company, about simple steps homeowners can take now to protect their landscapes all season long.
And Estes Builds Here. We'll talk with leaders from Estes Construction and the Quad Cities Community Foundation about a new approach to corporate philanthropy designed to create a lasting impact across the QCA. Hello and welcome to Quad Cities Live. Thank you for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier alongside my co-host Kyle Keel. We're talking about the Bix, right?
Yes.
It's one of the Quad Cities' biggest traditions, but the celebration doesn't stop at the finish line.
Yeah, that's right. This Saturday, Motor Row transforms into Victory Lane. It's an all-day block party. It's packed with live music, local shopping, and plenty of reasons to stick around downtown Davenport even after the race. Joining us with the details are Alicia Espy with the Downtown Davenport Partnership, as well as Suzanne Esser with the Eclectic Market. Ladies, both of you, welcome back.
Thanks for having us.
A dynamic duo today, for sure.
Obviously, a very exciting week. A Bix, obviously, an iconic event. So, Alicia, what was kind of the inspiration to create Victory Lane in downtown Davenport?
Yeah, so we have this great opportunity with the Bix. There's thousands of runners and spectators that are downtown, and so we've talked with our businesses and kind of produced a couple different parties, Motor Row being one of them, to kind of get people to stick around and discover the neighborhood. There's always things changing downtown, new businesses opening, and so for some people, Bix might be the only time of year they're coming downtown, or we call it the Quad Cities Homecoming, so they might be back in town, and so it's really a chance for us to show off the different neighborhoods and things happening downtown.
Sure.
Absolutely. So, Alicia, what kind of atmosphere can people expect when they step onto 2nd Street there downtown?
Yeah, so this is really a post-race celebration, and it's all ages, and so we have like bounce houses galore, and it's all free, and we do the bubble station. That's like all ages for that.
Toto's going to be there, right?
Yeah, we have Toto, we have face painting. It's all sorts of free fun stuff. Yeah, Suzanne's like, wow. Last year it rained on us, so we couldn't put out our artificial turf, but I think we're going to have great weather, and so we'll put out turf and lawn games, and it'll just be a place that you can hang out and wait for your loved one that's running the race, and kind of do that post-race celebration.
Have some fun. Yes.
Yeah, no extreme weather this year, so we can all not use weather as an excuse not to get out.
Heard it.
I know. Watch, something's going to change. No, I promise you, it's going to be pretty good. So, Suzanne, there is going to be a lot of highlights that we need to talk about, but we got to talk about your eclectic market that's popping up in Victory Lane as well.
Oh my goodness, I am so excited and very honored. This is such a big deal for me and my artists, and I have picked 25 of my favorites.
Wow,
awesome.
that's quite a few.
And a lot of mother-daughter duos. We have Candle Witch, which are opening a new store in downtown Moline.
Oh.
And we have Eddie and her mother Megan. They make locally grown catnip. Apparently, I must have had too much
what
catnip.
I was expecting you to say
right there.
But
You were looking at me. I don't know what's
on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
But we have a little bit of everything, and we're a little bit like, I'm a reuse recycle. Like you're looking at my glass right now. Nobody wants the glass anymore. I'm painting it, and the kids are using it for tchotchkes or what have you.
Yeah.
And of course, we're gonna have. I have many copies of Ezra Sidron's book. If you have not read this, it has microfiche all the way back to 1863. He's really done very well with this book. It's all about Davenport, especially the area that we're in, Motor Row.
Yeah.
And I do my market at Great River Brewery the last Sunday of every month with all new vendors every month except for me.
Yeah.
Because I have no social life and I just keep continually making things. We're going to have a live graffiti demonstration by Cause One, which is a huge deal for me because he does nothing, but he did the Figgy Museums. And we're going to have those pieces by him and Kevin Lonergan, and there's RT. He's awesome, and we have a balloon lady, Balloons by Leah. She's lovely, and this couple, oh gosh, that little boy is so sweet. We love him at Roots and Rambles. So
Awesome. So plenty to see, as there is every month at your eclectic market, but this is just going to be on such a huge scale. Alicia, speaking of a huge scale, musical acts, there's going to be a lot of live music throughout the day.
Yeah, so we partner on Motor Row with Raccoon Motel. Obviously, they're in the neighborhood, and so Sean Muller helps us book our acts, and so you're looking at some of those on the screen. They're traveling in. A lot of people are routed through. They have shows like the 6 Foot Blonde are playing in Chicago the night before, so they'll have an early road trip to the Quad Cities. But and Ronnie and the Redwoods, I think some of them are running the race, so it'll be just so interesting to bring these people to town and have them experience Bix, the race, and then the after parties.
And my DJ from my market, DJ Ramiro the Hajj, will be playing as well.
Wonderful. All right, bringing the energy, or keeping the energy going in downtown Davenport. The family-friendly Motor Row Victory Lane is this Saturday, July 25th, starting at 9 a.m. on 2nd Street in downtown Davenport. That'll be between Iowa and Perry, so it is a free event for the family. So Suzanne and Alicia, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Happy Bix Week.
It's going to be a great weekend. Coming up on QCL, Estes Builds Here, how one Quad Cities company is partnering with local organizations to strengthen the region through strategic philanthropy. And as we head into break, a programming note, KWQC will once again bring you live coverage of the Quad City Times Bix 7 road race this Saturday. The commentators are Kevin Phelps along with Tony Revis will join us on QCL later this week. You can watch them on TV6 beginning Saturday morning at 7:30 with the race beginning at 8.
Quad Cities live coverage of Bix Week is sponsored by Fleet Feet. Estes Builds Here, sponsored by Estes Construction. You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Well, we often think of construction as buildings, infrastructure, and roads, but strong communities are also built through partnerships, people, and purpose. Estes Builds Here is a new opportunity on Quad Cities Live for us to sit down with leaders and community partners who are helping shape the future of the Quad Cities. Joining me now is Mallory Merritt, Chief Operating and Financial Officer at Estes Construction, along with Sue Hafkemeyer, President and CEO of the Quad Cities Community Foundation. Ladies, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm looking forward to talking with you in this partnership with QCL. Mallory, I'm really looking forward to digging into all of that. So let's start there. Can you describe the relationship between Estes Construction and the Quad Cities Community Foundation?
Yeah, so about a year ago, we connected with the Quad Cities Community Foundation and engaged them as a partner to help us think really strategically about the way that we were deploying our giving dollars across the Quad Cities. So through that relationship, Sue and her team really helped us develop a philosophy for giving pillars and then some processes to actually, move that philosophy and giving pillars along. Yeah. So we have really appreciated their expertise. That's the model that we operate from. If there is a partner in this community that has more expertise than we do or can help us get to an outcome much quicker, we feel like it's something that's usually great to take advantage of. So thank you again for everything that you and your team did.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the other end of that, Sue, how does the Quad Cities Community Foundation really work to advance our region and support businesses like Estes Construction in this way?
Sure. So the Quad Cities Community Foundation, we are a convener and we are a connector. So we bring donors together with the most promising opportunities and the most critical needs in our community. And in this case, when you think about community first, we look through a lens that's community first, and then we look at business strengths and opportunities, and we connect those. And then we look at partnership and stewardship. So stewardship is a really important part of what we do. It's not about one single gift, it's about a long-term commitment and partnership to building the region through philanthropy. And our partnership with Estes is a great example of how we can connect partnership and strategic stewardship to really make an impact in the community. And when we say partnership, we say partnership, not paperwork. Right. So we make the giving easy. We work behind the scenes to help with the strategic pieces that Estes wants to do, and then we do the fulfillment on those gifts as well. So
a real roadmap.
Yes.
From what it sounds like, especially for folks who've never kind of walked this road before. So very helpful in that respect. So with that said, Mallory, how does giving for Estes Construction look different, I suppose, right now compared to what it looked like a year ago having gone through this process so far?
Yeah, I would answer that just by starting with what hasn't changed. Okay. You know, 50 years ago, Jim and Lori Estes both founded our company, and you know, Jim Estes operated by the principle of it's just not good enough to come to work, do our job, go home, go to bed, and come back the next day. That we have to find a way to give back, whether that's through the dollars that we have as a company, or just our time and the talents that we develop as part of our career. Yeah. So that philosophy hasn't changed. I would say what has changed is the giving pillars. Right. You know, that was something that Sue's team really helped us with. We launched 4 new giving pillars, and those are underserved youth, so reaching out to our youth in education, supporting our partners and the initiatives that are important to them, supporting talent and workforce across the region, and then lastly, regional vitality. Yeah. So the pillars are new. And then we also have a new application process that's out there where anyone who's interested can apply to a grant fund or a sponsorship fund, and an internal committee is empowered to evaluate those and make decisions.
Wonderful. And we had a graphic just then on the screen where you could kind of learn a little bit more about those pillars, but you can also find them on the Estes website as well if anybody is curious. As we wrap up, Sue, how can individuals and other businesses, I suppose, get started in philanthropy?
Sure.
Is that a loaded question? For the last question. Yeah.
You know, one of the things we enjoy most is working with businesses and individuals to help grow their philanthropies. So we sit down and we talk about what they're most passionate about, and what they want to give, how they want to give back to the community. Then we create a customized roadmap, as Mallory had mentioned, to really make sure that we are, over the long term, realizing those needs and making their impact significant.
Wonderful. And as Mallory mentioned as well, through this process, Estes also launched a new community funding process to include both a grant fund and a sponsorship fund. So more information and applications can be found on the company's website, which is estesconstruction.com. Mallory and Sue, thank you so much for being here, and we at QC Live, of course, look forward to this partnership as well and just showcasing it, so we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Coming up on Quad Cities Live, the most trusted name in tree care, Advantage, an Arbor Masters company, is here with more on why this is the perfect time of year to have your trees inspected.
Quad Cities Live continues.
If you've ever looked at the trees in your yard and wondered, are they healthy? Is there anything that we can do to help them thrive? Being proactive can really make all the difference. For more than 2 decades, the team at Advantage, an Arbor Masters company, has been helping homeowners and businesses throughout the Quad Cities care for their plants and trees. And right here joining us today from Advantage is the founder of the Davenport business, Jeremy Bowling. Jeremy, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, something that's on a lot of people's minds, especially this time of year, right? Everything's out there blooming. So Advantage has been serving the community, you just mentioned during the commercial break, since 2002.
Correct.
So that's an amazing accomplishment in itself. Can you talk a little bit about how the company has kind of grown and evolved over, what, more than 2 decades now?
Yeah, well, we started with just taking care of whatever somebody called us about.
Right.
You know, the tree was falling in the yard or something like that. And then we started to really become passionate about the health of the trees. So we started learning about what would actually keep them alive and make them look better. All of our guys, or not, most of our guys are ISA certified now. Wow. So the people that we work with share that value. And so we just love saving trees.
Yeah, you love trees, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of prevention in what you all do at Advantage. So you have incredible online ratings and reviews, pretty much 5 stars across the board. So what do you feel like really sets Advantage apart from maybe other services? You mentioned the certified arborists that are on the team. I mean, that's got to be one of them.
Yeah, it's our people. Yeah. Like, we spend a lot of time training and educating, and we like to hire people that share that value of you know, loving trees. And when they get that, and then we show them the skills, it just seems to work out. So
yeah. So you mentioned that everyone loves trees. So you clearly look at trees as assets and not liabilities, which I think so many folks, whether they're purchasing a home or whether they're just looking at their home year after year and they're going, when is this thing, you know, going to cause a problem? So in what ways does your team look at trees from that that different perspective? Yeah, so the whole atmosphere of your property changes when you remove a tree or you lose a tree. Right. So we noticed that as we removed trees. It was like, man, the whole front yard is different. It's not just the removal costs, it's the new landscaping and the whole change in atmosphere. And so if we can get people to think of the tree as an asset as opposed to a liability, it's easier to get them to, you know, to care for the tree. Yeah. So talk about some of those things that you all can do for prevention, especially someone who is not as well versed in tree care. You know, you provided a lot of photos of what an untreated tree looks like, whether it's emerald ash borer or things like that. You have a technical team that comes and you know, does a lot as far as preventative care is concerned. Yeah. So we've been treating for the emerald ash borer since 2013. Right, yeah. And so that's 13 years now. And the trees that at that point we said we could save, they're still here. And so to me, if we can keep them for that long, we can continue to develop those trees, and a big tree is a lot more valuable to your property than just a little one. So yeah, so we've talked a lot about, you know, the passion behind the business and what you do, but I want to talk a little bit before we wrap up about all the services that you provide. So for anybody that's watching today that hasn't had to put in a phone call to a tree service company, you do all of that not so fun stuff as well, or maybe some of the stuff that may seem simple, from anywhere from pruning. You also offer emergency services. Yes, we can help when the tree falls on your house or your garage. We can help remove a dead tree, and we can just give you advice. Yeah. We call our salespeople arbor advisors, not salespeople, right? Because we really just want them to go out and give you advice on making good decisions with your trees. And all of our arbor advisors are also ISA certified, so you're going to get the best advice in town. That's wonderful. Okay, well, here's some information on the screen. Advantage takes care of customers within an hour of the Quad Cities in both Iowa and Illinois. It's located on Hickory Grove Road in Davenport. We have both the address and the phone number on your screen. We'll get that on our website. But if you want to learn more right now, visit arbormasters.com. Jeremy, thank you so much for joining us in the studio today. All right, thanks. Thank you. Coming up, a special thank you for those who participate in the Gift Gardens program, which invites individuals and organizations to grow food to fight hunger in the Quad Cities.
Quad Cities Live continues.
This Friday, ISU Extension and Outreach is inviting the community to its Breakfast in the Garden event.
It's a chance to enjoy the most important meal of the day, tour a local garden, and learn about the Gift Gardens program. Yes. Joining us today in the studio are Samantha Culver and Jolinda Eggers from ISU Extension and Outreach. Thank you both for being here today. Thank you for having us. And yes, we have lots and lots to talk about today, so let's get to it. Samantha, we'll start with you. For people who haven't heard of this program, what exactly are Gift Gardens?
Yeah, Gift Garden stands for Growing Iowa Food Together, and it's a community-wide initiative to fight hunger right here in the Quad Cities. And the concept is really very simple. If you have a garden and you have extra produce, we're inviting and encouraging you to donate that to local food pantries.
Perfect. It sounds simple enough, right?
Yeah, and what a great way to support the community. And we understand that everyone watching, they can participate in this. So why does this program matter so much each and every year here in our community?
It really makes a big impact because we know there are a lot of people in our community who don't have consistent access to fresh produce. So by participating in the program, you help ensure people get that access this growing season.
Yeah. And so what does participation look like? You know, if somebody doesn't have a big space, but they still want to make at least some sort of an impact, they absolutely can.
Totally. We're looking for all people, no matter the size of your garden, no matter how experienced you are, if you have a container garden or a large backyard garden. We're really looking for any participant because every bit counts.
Wonderful.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Jolinda, as we mentioned, we've got the next Breakfast in the Garden event happening a little bit later this week. Talk about the series and what people can expect if they participate.
Okay, so the next part of the series will be this Friday from 8 to 10 at the Scott County Extension Office. Okay. We're meeting the fourth Friday of the month just for the summer, so there will be another one the end of August and then another one the end of September. Okay. So if you can't make this one. So it's just a chance to get together with with like-minded gardeners. We have a large vegetable garden at the office that is planned and maintained by our master gardeners, and they will be on site to talk about how they tend the garden.
Okay, and I think we're seeing a little of that garden on the screen right now. It's very impressive, and we should point out, Jolinda, that these events are open to anybody. So if you're not currently part of the gift gardening program, hey, maybe this will convince you to learn a little bit more and take part.
Yeah, so the point of this is to, just get community involvement.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that people will join the initiative if they come, but you can visit the garden regardless.
Perfect.
Yeah, and Jolinda, there's also some upcoming opportunities to learn a little bit more about gardening. I know we've got another one coming up this Saturday. Lots going on in the Quad Cities.
Yeah.
So
Yes. It is Bix weekend, but the Scott County Master Gardeners are hosting our Summer Bloom and More Garden Tours on Saturday.
Okay.
So that will be from 10 until 3. And we are going to have 7 private gardens in both Davenport and Bettendorf. And the admission is $10 just to visit all the gardens. But then we're also having activities at the Extension office itself. So we're going to have kids' activities there. We're going to have the Discovery Bus. We're going to have a houseplant sale. And that portion, it's free to attend.
Wow, lots of stuff going
awesome.
on.
Yes, absolutely. Breakfast in the Garden happening Friday, July 24th from 8 to 10 that morning at the Scott County Extension office in Bettendorf. To learn more about gift gardens, you can visit giftgardensqc.org. Samantha and Jolinda, we appreciate you being here and sharing about your events.
Thank you so much. Yes, and thank you so much for watching Quad Cities Live.
We'll see you again Wednesday at 3.